Good evening, connoisseurs of the screen and scholars of the star system. Welcome back to Whatever You Need, the only digital sanctuary where we dissect the industry not just as entertainment, but as a complex ecosystem of ambition, art, and the unforgiving mathematics of ratings. Today, we are opening a file that has been sitting on the desks of celebrity reporters for months, a dossier that contains not just the fate of two massive productions, but the career trajectory of one of Turkey's leading ladies. We are talking about Demet Özdemir, and the eternal, polarizing question that has divided the fandom into two fiercely loyal camps, Engin Akyürek or Çağatay Ulusoy. It is a tale of two series. Adam Farah, the international darling that struggled to find its footing at home, and Esref Rüya, the gritty, high-octane drama that crashed against the wall of audience expectations. But more than that, it is a story about the hidden truths of the Turkish television industry, where chemistry is quantified, scripts are rewritten overnight, and the silence between actors speaks louder than their lines. Before we dive into this analysis of titans, please ensure you are subscribed to our channel. Press the like button if you appreciate deep, unbiased reporting, and for those who wish to support the architecture of these narratives directly, we warmly invite you to click the join button. Your membership is the pillar that holds up this platform. Now, let us decipher the codes of this tabloid war. In the volatile world of tabloid journalism, there are statements that act as fire extinguishers, and there are statements that act as gasoline. Demet Özdemir's recent commentary on her partnerships falls uniquely into both categories. When pressed by reporters to compare her experiences with two of the industry's heavyweights, Engin Akyürek and Çağatay Ulusoy, her response was a masterclass in professional diplomacy, yet it contained a subtext so profound it shook the gossip columns. Two different worlds, two different partners, genuine chemistry, she declared. On the surface, it was a balanced answer, designed to offend no one. But to the trained eye, it was an admission of the distinct, divergent paths her career has taken. The question was simple, but it carried the weight of years of speculation. Was the magic better with Engin in the slow-burn drama of Adam Farah, or with Çağatay in the dark, tumultuous world of Esref Ruya? Her refusal to rank them was not an evasion, it was a revelation that in the Turkish TV industry, chemistry is not just about romantic sparks, it is about survival in a ratings war. To understand the weight of her words, we must first examine the anomaly that was Adam Farah. This series represented a specific model of storytelling, a foreign adaptation tailored for the international market, rich with emotionally intense scenes, and a narrative focused on the internal landscapes of its characters. It was a project where love was built brick by brick, slowly, amidst the chaos of crime. Demet Özdemir's partnership with Engin Akyürek in this project was defined by a quiet harmony. Engin, known in the industry as a little talker, big actor, brought a disciplined, grounded energy to the set. He is a man who avoids the noise of sensationalist photos and unnecessary on-set controversies. When this stoic force combined with Demet's energetic, reactive acting style, a unique balance emerged. Leaked behind-the-scenes intelligence suggests that this chemistry was not accidental but meticulously crafted through long hours of rehearsal, and a mutual agreement to give each other space. And yet, the series faced a brutal contradiction. While Demet noted, the series Adam Farah was very popular abroad, I received positive feedback from a large number of fans, the show struggled domestically. The reasons were structural. Late broadcast times, a pacing that felt too slow for the adrenaline-addicted local audience, and a narrative structure better suited for digital platforms than the cutthroat arena of weekly ratings. It was a global triumph but a local stumbling block, proving that sometimes, even the best chemistry cannot outrun the clock. On the other side of the spectrum lies Esref Ruya. If Adam Farah was a slow waltz, Esref Ruya was a knife fight in the dark. Starring alongside Çağatay Ulusoy, an actor renowned for his overpowering screen charisma and physical dominance, this project was meant to open a darker, grittier chapter in Demet's career. The script promised a fast-paced plot, a more conflicted portrayal of love, and a mafia atmosphere that felt visceral and raw. However, the dynamics on this set were radically different. Reports indicate a filming schedule that was accelerated to the point of exhaustion, with frequent script changes that left the actors scrambling to find the emotional core of their scenes. In the early episodes, the chemistry between Demet and Çağatay was electric, fueled by intense glances, silent tension, and the use of physical distance to convey longing. Social media was ablaze with the potential of this dark duo. But potential is a fragile thing. As the second season progressed, the story began to disintegrate under the weight of audience pressure. The channel, sensing that the momentum could not be sustained, intervened. The writing team rotated, the plot meandered, and the audience, struggling to connect emotionally with the increasingly erratic characters, tuned out. The cancellation decision was swift and unforgiving. The blame, as it often does, fell unfairly on the actors. Was Çağatay too dark? Was Demet miscast? The reality, as Demet hinted, was that the story failed the actors, not the other way around. Demet Özdemir's statement, "Unfortunately, projects are shaped by the audience," sounds like a truism, but it is actually a lament. It is an admission that artistic integrity often bows to the whims of the remote control. Her assertion, "Believe me, the chemistry I had with Çağatay I also had with Engin," was a defense of her craft. She was telling the world that she did her job. She created the connection, she felt the emotions, but she cannot control the editing room or the writer's room. This statement sparked a fascinating schism on social media. One faction viewed it as a diplomatic necessity, a way to keep peace in the industry. The other saw it as a profound truth, that Demet believes in the project above all else, and that she refuses to let the narrative of failed chemistry define her work on Esref Ruya. We must pause here to ask you, the ultimate judges. Which world did you prefer? The slow, intense burn of Adam Farah with Engin, or the chaotic, dark passion of Esref Ruya with Çağatay? Do you think the rating system in Turkey is fair to these ambitious projects? Let us know your verdict in the comments below. And remember, if you want to support independent analysis of the shows you love, the join button is the best way to do so. Following her statement, the digital landscape fractured into two distinct camps. #Engin and Demet versus #Çağatay and Demet. The former argued for the maturity and realism of Adam Farah, praising the depth of a love that didn't need to shout to be heard. The latter championed the modern, passionate energy of Esref Ruya, lamenting that the script didn't allow that fire to burn long enough. Gossip sites fueled this debate, recirculating old scenes and comparative analyses, turning a professional comment into a fan war. But perhaps the most compelling takeaway from this saga is the evolution of Demet Özdemir herself. The assertion circulating behind the scenes is that her choices are no longer just about popularity, they are strategic maneuvers. By choosing partners as distinct as Engin and Çağatay Ulusoy, she is avoiding the trap of typecasting. She is proving that she can be the resilient mother in a drama and the conflicted lover in a thriller. Her philosophy, summarized by the phrase, "I have very successful actor friends, I learn a lot from them," reveals a mindset that views every project, hit or miss, as a classroom. The truth that emerges from the ashes of this discussion is stark. Neither the disciplined chemistry with Engin could save Adam Farah from local apathy, nor could the explosive chemistry with Çağatay Ulusoy save Esref Ruya from narrative collapse. The winner and the loser was always the story itself. Demet Özdemir's message during this process was clear: partners can change. Projects can end. Ratings can drop. But an actor's career is a marathon, not a sprint. She has survived the cancellation of Esref Ruya and the ratings struggles of Adam Farah not by blaming her co-stars, but by acknowledging the volatile nature of the beast she rides. As we close this file, it becomes evident that this topic will remain in the media spotlight for a long time. It serves as a case study for the entire industry. It reminds us that chemistry is not magic, it is work. And sometimes, the fate of a series, no matter how star-studded the cast, is decided by a single ratings chart on a Monday morning. With her statement, Demet Özdemir wasn't addressing a specific person, but rather conveying a universal message to the industry: success isn't measured solely on the screen, but in the endurance of the artist. The chemistry achieved with Engin was applauded abroad, the chemistry established with Çağatay Ulusoy remains a what-if that fans will debate for years. But in the end, Demet Özdemir remains the constant variable, the center of gravity in both worlds. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the archives of Turkish television gossip. What do you think? In which project did Demet Özdemir shine brightest? In Adam Farah or in Esref Ruya? We look forward to reading your passionate arguments. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And for those who want to be part of our inner circle, the join button is waiting for you. Until next time, remember, the show must go on, regardless of the ratings. Goodbye.